what is diversity? The term diversity is used broadly to refer to many demographic variables, including but not limited to race, religion, color, gender, national origin, disability, sexual orientation, age, education, geographic origin, and skill characteristics. America's diversity has given this country its unique strength, resilience, and richness. Now we'll look a little further into diversity, specifically in the workplace.
The Business Dictionary Online defines workplace diversity as similarities and differences among employees in terms of age, cultural background, physical abilities and disabilities, race, religion, sex, and sexual orientation.
Our book defines two types of diversity. The first being surface level diversity, which are noticeable differences like age, gender, race, language, or disability. They can be measured pretty easily by an employer. People stereotype based on surface level diversity.
The next is deep level diversity. These are not noticeable differences in people. These are differences in values, personality, and work preferences. These happen when people get to know each other. They also affect how people work and act in an organization.
Everybody has differences on the top, whether they look different, talk different, or from different places. However, in the workplace and in life, those aren't the differences that matter. The deep level differences, once you get to know somebody, are what really matter.
This is the Marriott International homepage, and this is their diversity page actually, and it's about diversity and inclusion. And in it, they have two separate sections. One is on their corporate diversity and how they're diverse with their guests, their associates, their owners, and their suppliers, and how they try to diversify with that. And then another part is like their global regions and how they try to make that their in the Americas they try to make it diverse, in Asia, Europe, and the Middle East, and they try to get employees that are diverse and that kind of thing. And then if we go down, they even talk about their history of diversity, which they say that they have a value history of diversity, and they include a quote from their CEO that's saying that diversity is very important to keeping a business running and that kind of thing. And he's saying that putting people's first in their differences has always been a cornerstone to their success. So basically, in all, they're talking very much on how diversity is very important to them. And if you go on Forbes 100, they're actually in the Forbes 100 list of most diverse companies. So obviously, Marriott International is doing something about diversity and how they're using it to their betterment and how they're using it to kind of make a better and more diverse environment and being a global leader in that and having a corporate idea in this world. This is the Cisco Corporation website, and this is their inclusion and diversity page. And as you can see, they have the exact same thing as the Marriott one did, where it says inclusion and diversity at the top. However, they have three kind of pictures that are describing what they think of their diverse programs, and they include "Together We Are Limitless," which is saying that if they're together and as a global community they can succeed. It says "Together We Succeed," which, as I just said, that they're saying that their corporation as a whole will succeed, and it helps their customers succeed as well. And then lastly, it says "Together We Are Brilliant," which is something that diversity really does show, is that brilliance is in a diverse group of people and in a diverse attitude. And then there's a little on the side, there's a little thing from John Chambers, who's the CEO of Cisco. And it says, when we talk about diversity, it's about inclusion, bringing people together in a diverse workforce, unique life experiences, cultures, talents, and perspectives. We promote a creative, innovative, and collaborative environment that helps drive our business strategy. So he's also, noticing that diversity does help. Then on this side, there's education. So this is talking about how they educate their employees on diversity and on how diverse workplace environment does help them. And then it's about their resource groups. So if somebody's by chance hurt by diversity, something with a problem with diversity, then they can go to that. Then there's the executive board and how they're diverse. There's a resource center. There's news and awards, and then there's our people. And if we go back to news and awards, it'll say that again they were on a list of most diverse countries, or most diverse companies, which they got like a workplace award. They got all these different awards for being diverse, including like more women and women to watch diverse programs, that kind of thing. So they're another example of a corporation who's really had advantage from being diverse.
Diversity is important in the workplace for a number of reasons. A guy named Broadnax talks about value added through diversity. And what he's really saying is that we live in a diverse society, that if we can increase our diversity, one, it makes it so that we're able to attract and recruit a wider range of talent, better ideas. If the organization isn't diverse, a lot of ideas are lost because people from diverse backgrounds with great ideas are not going to work within the organization. If we embrace diversity, it's going to allow for better people management, because all of our people are going to feel welcome. It's going to add better organizational performance, because we're going to have different ideas and brainstorming coming in. If we're looking at it from a strategic standpoint, his value added through diversity ideas basically that, look, if we are all made up of, say, an organization of all white guys, and we're selling a particular product, are we missing out on market share or opportunities for other types of products that people from diverse backgrounds might bring? For example, if we're doing hair care, there's a whole line of ethnic hair care products that people such as me would never even think of. One, because I don't have hair, but two, because I've never needed hair straightener or lightener or particular types of creams. But if we employ women of color, we open up to a wide range of other products and opportunities for our company to make some money. But we would not have that if we didn't open ourselves up to being more diverse and embracing a wider range of talent from different backgrounds. So diversity is good. Without diversity, organizations struggle.
So about diversity here at Thomas Dining, I'd like to talk a little bit about as far as how helpful it is to have a student who's diverse in one language and dealing with a customer. Sometimes it's tough because of the language barrier. It's easier for that student to go talk to them, therefore we all understand what's going on. Or if we have a new student, sometimes we can use other students who are from that same internationality, that they can use them to help them through the workplace. Also, we've used our students to get through different things like our International Food Fest, things like that. We've used students' recipes from their families. We've used some from the Philippines before, from Japan, China, many different recipes. A few different students that work here. We have one from China, several from India. We also have a few from Korea, and different students makes the diversity of the different students makes the university as a whole work better. The reason being is you have different ideas, and also them mingling and making one big melting pot of people as far as everyone getting along. Thank you.
Statistically speaking, out of all the 6 billion people in the world, 3 billion of them are working. As of 2011, 83% of all the people in the labor force work in the private sector, 16% in the public sector, 10% in local, 4% in state, and 2% in federal. 64% of all the people in the U.S. labor force are non-Hispanic white ethnicity. 16% are Hispanic, 12% are African American, 5% are Asian, and 3% did not specify. Women currently make up 47% of the overall labor force. Around 6% of the total workforce is gay or transgender. Unemployment rate of people with disabilities is 15% compared to the normal rate of 8.7%.
We're going to talk about some laws that involve discrimination in the workplace, and that relates to diversity, obviously, because diversity and discrimination are the same thing. Anyway, we're first going to talk about Title VII of the Civil Rights Act, which is a pretty widespread and covering all the bases of discrimination. It prohibits discrimination by covered employers on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, and national origin. The next that we're going to talk about is the ADEA, which is the Age Discrimination in Employment Act, which prohibits discrimination against people who are aged 40 or older. And lastly, we're going to talk about the ADA, which is the Americans with Disabilities Act, and this covers people with a disability and makes employers provide reasonable accommodation for disabled peoples. And that means that reasonable accommodation has been interpreted by courts in many different ways, and it usually means that an employer should not have an undue hardship with a disabled person, so they shouldn't go through an undue hardship because somebody is disabled, but they should make reasonable accommodations for those people.
We'd love to have you for this position, but I have one more question. Are you expecting soon?
What?
Okay, Jacob, we're very interested in having you at our company, but I have one more question. What church do you go to?
Well, Cunningham, I need to talk to you about something. I've recently had a problem with hearing, and I can't really hear well, and I can't talk on the phones unless I have this $100 earpiece that I can attach to the phone.
Sorry, Jacob, we're going to have to let you go.
Hey Tori, how's work been going? Are you doing well today?
Yeah.
Hey, Noodleman, you're Jewish, right? We're going to need 400 balance sheets by the end of the day.
Okay.
Man, I've been working for this company for 6 years, and all of the men are getting promotions except for me because I'm a woman.